A fragile alliance. Dexter and I stood in the cold, sterile silence of the lab, the vial glinting under the dim light like a jewel in a dragon's hoard. Elizabeth Keene had left us with no answers, just riddles, and the crushing realization that she was in complete control. Her words lingered, clawing at the edges of my thoughts. This isn't just a component. It's a key. What do you think she meant by that? Dexter asked, breaking the silence. His tone was steady, but his eyes betrayed a flicker of unease. I didn't respond immediately. Instead, I studied the vial, my mind racing to connect the dots. This wasn't just a chemical, it was something more. A compound with implications I hadn't yet grasped. And that terrified me as much as it intrigued me. She meant to test us, I said finally, my voice low but firm. She's pitting us against each other. Seeing who'll break first. Dexter tilted his head, his expression unreadable. And what happens when one of us does? I didn't answer. I didn't have to. The unspoken truth hung heavy in the air. Breaking meant death. We need to figure out what this is, I said, gesturing toward the vial. And why it's so important to her. Dexter's lips twitched, almost imperceptibly, into something resembling a smirk. You mean why it's so important to you? My jaw tightened, but I didn't rise to the bait. He was right, of course. The component was more than a puzzle, it was my salvation. If it truly was the key to synthesizing the fictional semi-glutide I had envisioned, then it was everything I needed to regain my throne. To prove, once again, that Walter White was a name that commanded respect and fear. But Dexter didn't need to know that. Not yet. There's a workstation over there, I said, pointing to the far corner of the lab. We can analyze the compound. Start unraveling this mess. Dexter didn't move immediately. His eyes lingered on me, sharp and calculating, as if he were deciding whether I was worth trusting, or killing. Finally, he nodded and stepped toward the workstation, his movements deliberate and precise. I followed, the tension between us a tangible thing, like a thread stretched to its breaking point.